Hello everyone, how are you all doing today again? So we have quite some things to get done today in this place, and I feel like bringing you along so that we can talk and you know use this period to chat with me. As I'm walking, I'll be looking at the screen, and anything you ask, I'll be able to you know answer. So yeah, come on board and let's do this cooking. What am I doing? I have some things that I brought out of the freezer last night, and I put in the plastic right here. Let me see if you can see the plastic. See that plastic on the floor? Yeah, I put it there. So if you have if you don't know, if you want to do like chicken, meat, turkey, beef, goat meat, whatever, and you don't want to like wake up the following day and be struggling with it, you know, you don't want to start trying to separate the highs and going through the issues of separating before cleaning and cooking, which might take time. It's best you bring it out in the night, put it in a plastic, try and get a plastic like you see on the floor, you know, like this one. Try and get a plastic like this, okay? So put in a plastic, leave it in the bag. As you can see, I left it in the bag, all right? And get something to cover it up like this, okay? So the reason why you should get something to cover it up is so that you can still be able to, you know, keep it cold and cool while it is defrosting, okay? So that is what we are getting done now. So we're going to be getting that done. I'll begin with, I think I would like to begin with the chicken. Okay. So as you can see, the ice is out of it. And now we'll begin with the cooking of it. Put it on the side of the sink. I think I have about 2. Let me check. Yeah. Add another one. So I want to make sure that that's it. So how are you all doing? Okay, so I got all the chicken out of my. So we're just gonna continue right here in this preparation. So as you can see right here, okay. So as you can see, we have the chicken here. All right. So what I've done is whenever I kind of buy my proteins, I kind of try to clean them up and also pack them in a Ziploc bag. So you can reuse the Ziploc bag if you want to, and you can also trash it if you want to. I'm going to be needing this bag, so I'm not going to trash this bag, and you will see what I need it for. Okay, so we begin with this first one, and I will do the other one inside too. Okay, so remember the other one, the second one we took earlier is right here. So I'll begin also by, you know, bringing this out. As you can see, it's still kind of blocked together, but it's easy to separate when you bring it out overnight like that. Okay, so we're still gonna leave that one. Let me put all this in the trash out of our way right here. All right, so let's work on separating this. How is your day going? How is life, you know? So we're gonna work on it. As you can see, it's easier to separate when you bring it out overnight out of the freezer. Okay, this has been brought out like since last night, I think maybe around 9 p.m. and this is this is like till 8 p.m. over here, 7 something, and it's still blocked, as you can see. So you can do this, I mean 7 something p.m. in the evening. So it's been brought out since last night and to the evening. So yeah, if you have something like this, just think this is a good idea if you don't know. Okay, so first we are going to rinse it out. I've rinsed it out initially, but I want to believe that. So we're just going to rinse it all out again because we just brought it out of the freezer. Okay, so we're going to rinse it all out again, all out. We'll make sure this is well rinsed. You know, it's been in the freezer for some time and you don't want to just go ahead and start cooking that now. So now that we've rinsed that out, the next thing now we want to do right here is to start the, what is it called, the cleaning process. Okay, because as it is now, it's not ready for eating yet. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna have to get my scissors. Just a minute. I don't know if you like to eat the skin of the chicken or the skin of the turkey. For me, I really don't. So that's one of the reasons why I said that this bag would be useful. Okay, because if you are washing your weight, and also for your heart, whether you're washing your weight or not, for your heart, eating the skin of this chicken is not advisable. Okay, so we're gonna be trimming the fatty aspect of it out, and that doesn't stop it from being nourishing. All right, still going to be very nourishing. It's still gonna benefit your body, but it could be very fattening. All right, so if you're washing your weight, and also for those that are not even washing their weight, this is the best way. Okay, so we're just gonna do that for all of our chickens right here. Even if you are cooking like turkey or yeah, chicken and turkey, I think those are the ones that actually come with things like this. Just kind of like hen, also hen, yeah, hen. All right, so if you can peel some of the skin off, also I would advise that you do this. And it's much easier with a kitchen scissors. As you can see, no time at all, I was able to get that out. All right, how is your day going? Let me know how your day is going. To be very much appreciated. Over here, it's been quite a little bit busy for me, but holding on to God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. It's the God that changes not. All right. So as you can see, oh no, we have a lot of something to do right here. Just get as much of the skin as you can. I know some people might probably like, oh, I love the skin, but might be causing diseases that you don't know in your body, and also it's not good for your heart. All right, it's not good for your heart. Might be causing unwanted or unknown diseases in your body. But when you cut the skin off like this, it still doesn't mean that it will not be sweet. It will still be very sweet, still nourish your body. You are just eating it in a very much healthier way, okay? You might wonder why sometimes I do peel off the skin in the, leg area, in the bone, but sometimes I'll just leaving it like today. I'm leaving it so that it can just help in boosting the holding and all that. So which really don't matter, but for preference, okay? So it's your preference if you want to take that off too, because I do too, but today I just don't have the energy to be pulling that out. Just want to let it be. So sometimes you might see me pulling it out, so that when you see me pulling it out next time, you won't be like, but I said that I don't. I do. Okay. And when you see this on the chicken, it means the chicken it's not properly cleared out yet. So just spit it out. All right, this is not to be cooked, this is to be trashed. All right, so we're going to go like that. And sometimes, let me show you, sometimes it doesn't come like in bright yellow, sometimes it might come like in this kind of yellow. So however you see it, as you can see, it's peeling away. So just try and peel it away. Okay, if your hand cannot peel it away, maybe you are like somebody like me that don't like to keep fingernails. If your fingernails cannot peel away, just go ahead and use the knife. Okay, but be very careful with it so that you don't hurt yourself. All right. Okay, so let's go back to the one we wanted to cut earlier. So we're just gonna cut these, and I don't know, I keep on taking my hand towards here. Okay, so let's talk about God that never fails. Okay, the God that never fails. The promises of the Lord for each and every one of us, they're yeah and amen. And he wants us to understand that he is the God that never fails. Any fat like this that you see in the chicken, is best you just put it out or just cut it out. Okay, so if you are wondering that you're losing weight and you are not eating chicken, why? Just peel off the skin. Okay, if you are maintaining your weight and you stay away from chicken because of that, why? Pull off the skin. It's proteinous, you need it. Okay, you need the protein in the journey of your exercise. All right, that's why when you go to the store, you see, then they will say protein bar. Okay, maybe for those that are losing weight or maintaining weight, because it's essential. All right, so just peel off the skin like you see, and cook your chicken and enjoy your chicken. All right, even if it's turkey you want to do, just peel off the skin, or if it's hen, just peel it off and enjoy your meal. Okay, as you can see, I'm seeing some more of those yellow things, and right here, this one is looking so stubborn to remove, but it has to go because you are not supposed to cook that. Okay, you know, in the kitchen you have to be patient also. The kitchen is one of the places where you learn the attributes of patience. I'm telling you, especially if you want to get your food done in the right way, you know, just have to be patient to do it the right way. Like I always say, our stomach does not have a door that when you eat what you're not supposed to eat, you can say, oh, let me go back in there and bring it out. No. Okay, so just be very careful what you eat. All right, okay, so we got that. Cut off that little fat there. All right, so cut that out, all those fatty things. As you can see, I need to cut this out too. So that is cleaned out. Okay, okay, so I said let us talk about the God that never fails. And I don't know whatever it is you're going through right now, but there is a God that never fails. There is a God who is who never sleeps, who never slumber, who watches over your life, over the situation that you're going through. You know, there is a God who watches over the things of your life. So you just have to, you know, go to him in prayers and trust him to do what's it called? Trust him to answer your prayers, to do great and mighty things in your life. And as you trust him, your prayers will be answered. So you will receive speedy answers to your prayers in Jesus' name. It shall be well with you. You're going out, you're coming in. It shall be well with you. The Lord will make all things beautiful in your life, and you shall prosper in whatever good you lay your hands on, in the name of Jesus. So we keep on going on here, as you can see, trying to get rid. These ones are still a little bit blocked. That's why it looks as if I'm struggling to pull off the skin. But it's all good. It's all fine. Just try and get it all out. Okay. You know what we really don't want is cholesterol, right? We don't want unhealthy cholesterol building in our hearts and building our body, you know. So for the sake of your health as well, not necessarily like I said because you're losing weight, for the sake of your health, it's best you just it's best you do this, man. It's best you do this for the sake of your health. So I saw another one that I'm peeling off. if you are out there expecting, so it's peeled off. So if you are out there, yeah, it's peeled off. So if you are out there expecting a miracle, you know, from the Lord, I would say just go to the Lord in prayers. You know, just don't give up on praying. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on God. Just don't give up. He's a faithful Father. He is a faithful Father. So like I told you, I don't want to cut off the one on the leg, okay? So on the end of it, all right? You might be wondering, will this chicken cook the way she's doing it? Is it not going to scatter when she's cooking it? No, it will not. It will not. You're going to see it all through. Because I am doing this all through while you're on live washing. So you're going to see that despite the fact that the skin is being cut off, it's still cut. Okay? If you like to cut off the skin of your chicken turkey hen like this, can you please put it in the comment section? And if you don't like to, just put it in the comment section. But I just wanted to know that the skin does not make it sweet, okay? If you feel like the skin is what makes it sweet, no. The skin does not make it sweet. It actually exposes you to more risk, so to say, for your health. Alright? It's not cute to heat the skin. Alright? It's not cute to heat the skin. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Alright, so back to our discussion. Okay? So God is a God that can do all things. He's a God of miracles. If you are like expecting a child, you've been married, and there's no child forthcoming, just take it to God in prayers. Just keep praying, and the God that has answered others will also answer you in Jesus' name. So keep trusting God, keep living for Him, keep doing what you know best to do for the Lord. If you are single out there and you've prayed for the will of God in marriage and no one is forthcoming, trust God. He's busy writing your love story. He's busy writing your love story, and at that point in time, it will bring the individual to you. Okay? At that point in time, it will bring the individual to you. So just don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give in to the tempter. You see, Satan likes to take advantage of our weakness. The evil people, the devilish one. They like to take advantage of your weakness when you are down, when you're thinking, when you feel lonely, when you're alone. They like to take advantage of it. But you must stand your ground and don't allow it to happen to you. Okay? And I pray it won't happen to you in the name of Jesus. The Lord will not let it happen. Okay? if you are a student, you've done exams, and you are not passing the exam in school, don't because of that say that you want to, cheat. Because remember, if you get caught, that's the what's it called? Oh, we didn't clean this out. Let me clean this out. Remember, if you get caught, that's the might be the end of the exam. The school might suspend the individual. There's definitely some consequences that might be attached to it. So just keep studying. Possibly maybe dedicate more time to your activities, school activities. And pray before you start an exam. If you don't pray before you start an exam, it's not a good thing either. You pray. You don't rely on your own understanding, apparently. Okay, don't rely on your own understanding. Don't rely on the fact that you've read your book, so you're confident that you pass the exam. Don't rely on that. Okay, so just go in there, rely on God, trust God that what you've read, you're not going to forget, you're going to remember. And also, it's a very good thing as a student to make sure that before you even read your book for an exam, it's a good thing for you to pray and ask God to direct you to where to read. Remember that God sees all things. He knows all things. He sees all things. God is everywhere. So God has seen where the examiner and the questionnaire are going to ask the question. Where your teacher, your professor, where they are going to ask the question. God has seen it. So before you take that book, your class to read your, if you are in secondary school, if you are in high school, before you read, just whatever level of education that you are, before you read to prepare for an exam, it is always best to pray and say, God, direct me to where to read. Okay, if you want to pull it out all the way, this is what you can do. All right, let me show you that to you at this time. Just pull it out. As you can see, you just have to pull it out so you won't see the skin. All right, so that takes off the skin completely. Okay, so just go to God in prayers and tell him to come and help you. So you can see, when you do that, you peel off the skin completely. So for anyone that is wondering, if I want to peel the skin completely out, how do I take off the skin in this place? Well, to take off the skin in that place, this is the third example. Just hold your chicken and turkey and peel it to that extent. Try and get your finger in the middle, and then it could be sometimes hard, but just give it all you can, and voila, you peel it out. All right, so that's how you can peel it all out from the bottom, if that's your preference and you're wondering what's the way you want to do it. I think I'm going to be peeling out these remaining ones from the bottom. Okay, it's not that hard to do. You just have to, they say practice make perfect. With time, you will get used to cleaning this easily. All right, so I'm already used to doing that. That's why you can see that I'm able to peel it out. It could be soft, yeah. If your hand is very slippery, you might want to rinse your hand again, but you really don't need to if your hand is not slippery. Okay, All right, so for those ones, I peel out the skin. This is the difference. You can see the difference. These ones have it. But notwithstanding, I'm still cooking everything together, okay? So right here, look at the fat. Let me pour the fat in the sink that somebody would have eaten if they didn't peel out the skin. Look at the fat that you would have eaten. For those people that have been eating the skin, see what you are eating into your body system. Have a look at it. Have a look at what you've been eating. Can you see that? That is not good for the heart. That is not good for the health. That is not good for you. If you are maintaining weight, that is really not gonna be good for you. Okay, but when you take it off like this, then it's good for you, okay? So you take that, and of course, this goes to trash. So this goes to trash, okay? Oh, my bag is open up in the bottom. I didn't know that. All right, let's fix this real quick. I don't want to get another bag since I'm trashing those things, so I don't need to get another bag. I'm telling myself that. Okay. And I don't want to pour it into the trash like this in order to avoid flies in the house, you know, food flies. Ensure you are tying things properly in a bag, okay, in a closed stuff like that. So that is ready for trash. Okay, so having trashed that, we're going to go ahead to the cleaning of our chicken, okay? Okay, so again, we're gonna run water to it. I'm running warm water since now that we've already peeled it. I'm going to run the warm water to clean it out, okay? And I like to clean my chicken and turkey. Sometimes I just take my time to clean it out individually to make sure it's properly clean, all right? So it's something you can do, and if you notice any, you know, kind of slippery fat inside of it after peeling out the skin, like something like this, see, you peel it out too. All right, so don't cook that. Try and get it out as much as you can. Pretty much what we call skin it out, all right? The good Lord be with you. The good Lord stand by you and make all things beautiful for you. you are running the water, just be fast because you don't want your chicken to sit in the water. So just be fast in the cleaning as much as you can. And don't forget that I'm running warm water on it to have a proper cleaning, and also to help you, you know, in easily recognizing the fat and taking the fat out. All right. And if you don't want to use warm water, that's fine. You can use cold water for this process, however you want it. You can also use cold water. It doesn't have to be warm water. I chose to use warm water. You can see all those things that I'm peeling off. So these are the things to peel off. Okay. And that doesn't mean that this chicken will not be sweet or it won't come out well. It will. You will still enjoy it, I tell you. Not every one of them really have it like that. So just kind of check with your hands to see which one have it and which one does not have it. Okay. So once you are done with your chicken, at this point it will be ready for cooking. Okay. So we are almost done here. Okay. So you can see the things that I brought out of it. All right. So those are the things that you want to take out also. So here is the pot we'll be using to cook our chicken. So we're just gonna go ahead and put our chicken in here and get it ready for cooking. So what you want to cook will determine how big the pot should be. So as you can see, our chicken is ready. So what I'm going to do right here is that I'm going to go ahead and put this on the stove and get it ready for cooking. Okay, so our chicken is here. I'm ready for cooking. So the next thing I'll do at this point is to first spice it. Okay, I'll go ahead at this point and hold on. I'm seeing something yellow. Okay, looks like there was little left. So I'll go ahead and rinse those ones. I'll be back. Okay, see another one. I'll be back. Sorry about that. That was an oversight. I didn't say it. Okay, so we just go ahead and get the spice inside. So I'll be using black pepper. Okay, grind organic. So I'm using black pepper organic. I'll spray that one on top of my chicken. I'll be using onion flakes, organic corn. The reason why I took a spoon is because I just don't want to pour it in there. So I'll just measure like 2 spoons in there, okay? Okay. This really have a nice flavor to it. If you can get it, that would be nice. I'll be using graviola leaf powder. Just not a lot, just a little. Okay. Like you can see, that graviola too was organic. I'll be using ginger roots. Ginger roots ground, organic too. I'll be putting a little in my chicken. And since I put the black pepper earlier, at this point I can put my turmeric, because it's always good to use a turmeric along with garlic because of the curcumin in the turmeric. Okay, so using turmeric root, the ground organic one. So just put a little for the turmeric as well. So I'll be using ginger roots cut. This one is different from the blend one. Alright, so this one is the ginger root cut. So just be using a little of the ginger root. And ginger root is different from ginger on its own. Alright, so be mindful with that when using that, please. Okay, and I'll be using some nutmeg. When using nutmeg, if you use a lot of it, it's gonna make your food to be bitter. So just use a little of it, so to give it a nice smell, the nice taste, and keep it real. All right. I'll be using a little bit of cloves. Okay. Just a little, not a lot. And since I used ginger roots earlier, I'm not gonna be using ginger powder. Okay, so this is the powdery one, and this is the one with the roots, so you can tell it's different. So I use the roots. I don't want to use the powder, but I'll go ahead and use some garlic powder. Okay, not a lot too, just a little. And finally, I'll be using crushed pepper. Okay, put the pepper as you want. If you want the meat to be spicy, you know, just put the pepper. If you don't want to put the pepper, you can skip this procedure of putting pepper if you don't want to put pepper. All right, and this time around I'm using my white salt. I know I love my seasoned salt, but I feel like using the white salt for this today. So just take minimum, you know, and try and spread it like that. So at this point I'll turn on my stove. All along I didn't turn on my stove. Okay, so at this point I turn off my stove, and I'm getting some water. Okay, so we get some water, and you just kind of pour water on it. If you need some stock, you know, from the chicken when you're done, you can, you know, determine that when putting water in it. Okay, but just make sure that you put a considerable amount of water, enough to cook your chicken, your turkey, or your hen. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do this so that the spices, you know, will not settle in one side, and the spices will be able to cook through. All right, just be very careful with it. So while the chicken, let me show you something. You know, you can also do this to enable, you know, the spices also to mix together very well as well. Okay, so we cover to cook, and the next thing for us to do is to go to another section of what we came here to do, And another session of what we came here to do is the meat. Okay, remember how I showed you that plastic earlier? Remember the plastic? So now our next step is to do the meat. Okay, so here we are with our meat. This meat also has been previously cleaned out before putting it in the Ziploc bag, before putting it in the freezer. So what we're just gonna do right here is to just get it ready for cooking. Okay, we are definitely gonna need one of the bags. I just don't know which bag it is yet. Okay, I'll trash this one. I see a bag we can use right here. So first I want to separate this one. Still has some eyes in it, despite the time that I brought it out last night. Yeah. So in case like this, instead of struggling with it, just open some hot water. Okay, open water on top of it, or cold water. All right, don't let it stay long so your meat will not start cooking, but open water on top of it and try to be separating it. All right, as you can see, it's coming off with the hot water. All right, that's it. So that's it, that's one. All right, so let's begin with the second one. All right, we'll keep this bag for use. Let's put it right here. Okay, the second one seems to separate easily. Okay, so as I did on, I think this is one. Yeah, this one is making me feel like it's not one, but it's one. So as I did on the chicken earlier, when you bring it out of the freezer, even though you've rinsed it and put it in the freezer, but when you bring it out of the freezer, it's best to always rinse it again. Okay, and for the freshness of the meat, it's best to put a little bit of white salt to rinse it out when you bring it out of the freezer, so that the freshness and that can, you can still be able to get it out. So does that mean that it's not fresh? It is fresh right now, but it's just a good thing. Okay, just a good thing. So just try, depending on how long your meat has stayed in the freezer, and then this also helps to kill whatever bacteria is in the meat. Again, like I told you, I didn't just buy this meat. I've rinsed it, of course, packed it in the Ziploc bag, in the bag, and then put it in the freezer. But then again, it's been in the freezer, so we brought it out of the freezer, and now we want to clean it and get it ready for cooking. So you put the salt and you use your hand around it like that, you know, just to like have it all together, you know, with the salt. All right, at this point we can now rinse with warm water. Okay, as you can see, I'm individually rinsing them because that will enable me to be able to wash out any salts away from it. So that way when you are cooking and you put your spices, it's not going to be salty, okay? Okay. So individually, don't let your meat sit in the water. It's not a very good thing. So individually rinse out your meat. Alright. So now that we've rinsed that out, we want to make sure the sink is clean. So that's the meat. Alright. Okay, so I have a basket here. I'm gonna rinse this out and get it ready for the meat, okay? For the meat, when you are cleaning up, you check for any fatty stuff on your meat. That is why for the meat, when you are cleaning up, you check for any fatty stuff on your meat. That is why we needed an extra bag, so that any fatty stuff, you know, on the meat, you take it out as well. This doesn't have to do with losing weight or maintaining your weight. This have to do with the health, with your health, all right? So just check, and that doesn't mean your meat will not be sweet. No, it's still gonna come out awesomely well. Just because of your heart, for your health's sake, you know, it's necessary. It's necessary. Anyone that doesn't have it, don't bother about it. But anyone that does have it, at least to some extent, reduce the fat on it, okay? Don't just buy meat and cook it like that. It's not good. All right. So I'll continue that while at the same time, you know, continue our discussion. You see, all of these things, they are not good. So you cut all of that away. you won't possibly have to cut all of, you possibly won't see anything to cut in some of them, but anyone that does have fat like that, you really want to get it out. Okay, so that right there is meat, but this right here are fat. All right, these are fats. Okay, so we trash that. So you can see that's meat. All of this, you cut all that away. They are not healthy to eat for your health. And if you are losing weight, it's very important too. I know somebody might be like, but this is the fatty area. Yeah, that's the cholesterol area that goes to the heart, to a person's heart, to your heart. If you are eating that, that's dangerous area that you don't know about, that is over time building up in the body cells. So we're just gonna go ahead and get this off. You know that is a song that says that the God of the valley is still the same God in the mountains. That when things go wrong, He will, when you call on Him, He will, make a way. Says the God of the valley, still the same God. The God of the mountain, still the same God, even in the valley. So just trusting God, and as you trust in Him, He will make a way, and He will make a way for you, for your household, and for your family, in Jesus' name. As you can see me doing right here, I'm doing all I can to reduce the fat on the meat. So if you are eating beef, if you are a beef eater, and you don't know about this, well, now you know. Okay? Even if you have children, you still want to do this for your children too. Don't say, the children needs it. The children need what is healthy, what is good for their health, not what is going to build up over time to hurt them. They don't need that. Your children deserve better. So don't say, well, I'm not going to cut it because my children needs it. Yeah. I'm not going to debate that with you, but just know that those children that God has given to you, you are going to give account too about them. So as you are taking care of your own health, also watch out for their own health too. I'm going to show you the fat we got out of this meat that you are seeing right here. Just like I showed the one of the chicken, I'm going to show it to you, and you will realize that, wow, so these are what you've been eating with meat all this while, with beef. Even if you are eating pork meat too, just take it out. Even in goat meat, you know, as much as you can, get rid of it. So it's good you use your kitchen scissors for this, okay? So like I told you, working in the kitchen demands a lot of patience. Okay. Have a look at that. This is meat. This is small meat, but look at the fat in between it. So something like that shouldn't be cooked. Cut off the meat away from it and look at all the fat. Excuse me. See the fat that we cut out. So for your health, for your husband's health, for your parents' health, for your siblings, whoever you are cooking the food for your children's health, skin out this fat, please. It's the spices that you put in them. It's what you cook with the meat that makes the meat sweet. Okay? Not all this fat that can cause sickness for the body and cholesterol build up. Our chicken is what is cooking in the back. The chicken is what is cooking in the background. So I'm trying to check right here. But for some of them, you can easily just use your hand. Alright? All of this is not good, okay? Take those out. Take them out. Cut them out. I know, yeah, I can cook it and eat it. Your heart, please. Don't let it have build up. So we clean that out, as you can see right here, that we are dealing with all the fat aspects of this meat. You see, all that shouldn't be eaten. That's trash. This is for your health, okay? And if you are losing weight and maintaining weight, this really also concerns you, okay? I'm trying to get rid of the fat, you know, on the what they call awọ, you know. I mean, that's what it's called in my time, in my place. And all of these things, trying to get it out. What we need is the meat. It's not it's not something that can make us get sick, right? And I'm going to pour the water out of this meat, because it shouldn't sit in water, so that we don't get the meat too soft. Okay. So this is trash. What we need is the meat. Okay, that's what we need. So like I told you, not all the meat we have something you need to pull out from. Just check, okay? I'm gonna have to cut that one away. Okay. Alright, you can see. I know somebody might be like, why are you cutting that one? Well, it needs to be cut too, because this is the meat and this is the fat. Alright, this is the fat. So yeah, we need to cut that one too, okay? As you can see, here we have the meat and here we have the fat to it. So I hope you are able to learn one or two things from this clip that you don't know before, and this will help you, help your heart, help your heart to stay healthy. You have to take care of yourself, so don't cook it like this, okay? Just take off that fatty aspect out of it. I know it's sweet, you might like it that way, but hey, what about your health? What about your heart? Take it away for your children too. Take it away. For whoever you are cooking it for. If you are even cooking it for yourself, as you can see, those are fat that shouldn't be eaten. Okay? Okay, so now we are done with the cleaning of with the peeling off of the fat in the meat. Let me show you the fat we got out of it. Have a look at that. What somebody else would have eaten in the system if we didn't take it out. You see the fat? All of these are trash. Okay? I'm just going to go ahead and put that in the trash. Like I told you, it's best to always put all these things in the bag so that you avoid house flies. Okay? So now that is done, we are going to rinse our meat again. So we just get it quickly individually rinsed so that it will not, stay in the water for a long time. And I put it in the basket so it will be draining the water. But you don't have to. You can rinse it from here inside the pot that you want to use. Okay? So we're just going to go ahead and get the pots. And here's the pot I want to use for the meat. Go ahead and put our meat inside. and we get it on the stove. Okay, as you can see, well skinned and well clean, ready for cooking. You might be wondering that where am I? What am I doing? I'm here. Thanks for holding. Just trying to get the sink, the stove a little bit cleaned out. That's what I'm doing from the chicken. That's one thing with cooking. That's one thing with cooking, you know, when it splashes on your stove, if you don't clean it out immediately, it's not good. So right here we check on our chicken. As you can see, it's doing an awesome job cooking right here. So what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to get the one on top of it in the bottom, and the one in the bottom, I'm trying to get it on top so that it will cook evenly. I don't want to add any other water to heat. I feel like the water is enough to cook it. As you can also see, but we just have to, like, you know, carefully get the ones on top to the bottom, you know, to still be able to cook together and cook well for us. Okay. And at this point, I'll go ahead and still cover it. And then here we have our meat. We just go ahead and do the same thing over again. We put our spices in there however you want it. This time around, I'm using the ground ginger. I'm not using the roots. Okay. So go ahead, and I'm using cloves. In case you're wondering what am I putting in my meat, that's what I'm showing you. That way you know. Graviola leaves, just a little. garlic. So you know the quantity of what you're cooking, you go by that, okay? So the turmeric, the onion flakes, black pepper. I had the turmeric, so I need the black pepper. Nutmeg. Just a little. This time around, I'm using the seasoned salt. Just a little. Just determine according to the size of what you're cooking. Excuse me. My apron metal this time, it melted very bad. So I'm trying to get some water. Again, we get some water and pour it on top of it. You get your spatula and churn and you know, get the spices inside the meat as you want to. So this will evenly spread your spices, okay? As you can see, the spices is well spread inside, and the water is enough. So we'll go ahead and have that covered and get it ready for cooking. I want to check the stove. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. So I started cooking the meat and have a look at the chicken. So if you want your chicken at this point, you know, It looks done. It is done. Not it looks done. It is done. So I'm just going ahead to turn off the stove. Have a look at that. You see, the peeling of the skin does not stop it from getting cooked. Alright, have a look at that. It still gets cooked and still looking very, very good. Okay, looking very, very good, and I mean it. Oh man, mine apron got messed up again. The other time it was here, today here. So if you see my apron this way, is the stove. What can one do, eh? What can I do? Yeah, it's the heat of the stove. Let me show it to you this time around again. Oh Lord, can you see that? Can you see my, can you see? Ooh. I'm gonna have to get a clothes apron. This one with the non-stick. They need to put heat proof. If there's anything called heat proof, they need to put heat proof, man. That is not gonna burn. I guess they can do that, right? Yeah, right. Okay, so I want to get this plastic ready for the chicken. And get the basket ready as well. And you will know why I need the basket. Okay, so come on, come on with me. All right, come on with me. Okay, so you can see the chicken, right? Okay, so we're just gonna individually bring it out, and you will see me using my hand back and forth with this because I don't want to waste my chicken. Okay, individually bring it out. Okay. So as you can see, it's cooked. So that's peeling of the skin does not affect it at all. This is how I cook my chicken. So felt like showing it to someone today. I mean, showing it to you, to everyone, so that if you don't, you'll learn to do this for your health. Okay, at this point, if you want to just put in the soup, you can put in the soup. If you want to bake it, you can go ahead and bake it. If you want to fry, you can go ahead and fry. All right, so whatever you want to do to heat at this point, if you want to eat it like that, you can eat it like that Okay, so I'm putting it in the basket so that it will drain off. Okay, so if you want to like bake it, it's best you do this so that you can easily bake it. All right. I'm thinking I need a bigger spoon. Just a minute. So the purpose of the basket is to help it in draining the liquid. All right. I'm still here just trying to bring out the little bitty one in the stock. Okay. So I'm done. Okay. So this is the stock. So if you want, you can keep that so anytime you want to use it. And this is the chicken, as you can see. And have a look at the drain. You see the liquid? So that's why it's good to drain it whenever you bring it out of the stove. All right. So I'll go ahead and just place this somewhere, okay? Okay, so you've watched me doing the chicken, and now I'll be doing the meat, but we're gonna let the meat cook, and I'll come back shortly, okay, for us to continue the rest of what is in the thing. Though I'll be back shortly. Thank you, and God bless you. Thanks for watching.